He's Australia's next entertaining stars in the UFC, both inside and outside of the cage. And we got him here.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is your main event.
Live from HBF Stadium Festival Hall. Melbourne Pavilion.
Not even backstage, we're literally outside. Was that the best fight card in Australian MMA history?
Call me crazy, but make sure you call me when I'm right.
Be good if the Aussie MMA Instagram page would give us a bit of glow up because...
Welcome to the Australian MMA Podcast. My name is Mitchell Tinley, and today's guest is the Battle Giraffe, Cam Rowston. Now, he's a Sydney boy fighting out of New Zealand, fighting in Perth, September 28th against Andre Petroski in his UFC debut. Now, Cam Rowston made the move from Sydney, started his MMA career training with, I think it was UFC fighter Richie Walsh back in the day, and then made the move to New Zealand to train at City Kickboxing the great Eugene Bareman, of course, superstars in Dan Hooker and Israel Adesanya, training alongside Navajo Sterling, Brando Pericic, obviously Aaron Toe doing great stuff. So many fighters out of New Zealand, and he's making the trip over September 28th to take on Andre Petroski at UFC Fight Night in Perth in a card that was already full. Cam Rowston had his opportunity at Dana White Contender Series and put on an outstanding display, winning in the first round. He then had probably one of the best sort of post-fight interviews. It's very Charles Sonnen inspired, and performance was so good. Dana White chucked him on the Fight Night card that was full anyway. So he got his bout, 4, 5, 6 weeks later, whatever it was. And now he's taken on a guy that is, I think, 8-3 in the UFC. He's very, very talented. And Cam Rowston's, I think, 12-3 in his entire MMA career. He's slick on his feet. I think he's won the King in the Ring tournament in New Zealand, which all the big superstars have. He's an incredible grappler, and now he's very, very good on the mic as well. That very WWE Chael Sonnen style. It's very, very, very entertaining. He's joined the show. He's been on the show many times before. If you want to kind of dive more into his life and how he got into fighting, do check out the previous interviews. But right now we talk about the performance that Cam Rowston had on the Contender Series, and of course getting his shot on UFC Fight Night in Perth. There's actually a very special article if you check out the Australian MMA Magazine issue 2, which is on sale now, about Cam Rowston. Of course, I want to thank our sponsors, Vex MMA, DCA, and of course Combat Sports Insurance. But ladies and gentlemen, he is competing against Andres Petroski at UFC Fight Night in Perth, September 28th. Ladies and gentlemen, the Battle Giraffe, Cam Rowston. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the show. The old Battle Giraffe, Cam Rowston, who, since we last talked, was just a shitty old regional fighter, and now look at him, UFC superstar.
Still living in the same shitty place, eating the same shitty food, getting treated like shit in the same amazing gym.
Well, they say, dance with who you came with. You know what I mean? Like, don't change up.
Nah, definitely not. Not at all.
Did I see you commentating the other day? Looking sharp.
I did.
In a suit.
I was offered the opportunity to commentate on Arsenal X, which is a new promotion run by King in the Ring, which is a hybrid rules promotion. And I had my hand held the whole night by Michael Angove in the commentary booth. He gently just kind of pointed me in the right direction and let me speak when he was done speaking. How
did you find that? Because you're for a fighter, you're pretty articulate and intellectual. So how did you feel like you went?
I thought it was all right. It's very new to me. Like I do talk during fights, like when I say I watch the fights with the boys, but we usually just shit on whatever's happening. So it was hard not to do that. The fights were really good. So there wasn't really much to shit on. It was actually really entertaining. I think like 70% of the fights were finishes, which was really cool.
Yeah, because those Arsenal fights, some of them are like, oh, you can only punch with your left hand, but when you hit the ground, you can use a weapon. Like, they're always like real tweaked fights, aren't they?
Yeah. Something like that.
And do you think you could see yourself doing, here I am wrapping up your UFC career, but when you're done fighting, could you see yourself doing like media and all that sort of stuff?
Yeah, I wouldn't mind giving it a go. I can talk some shit. Maybe I'll take your job.
Oh, it's not fucking hard. So if I can do it, that's how I inspire people. I want people to look at this and go, "That looks pretty fucking easy." Now, did you get noticed at all, or did you wear a big hat that said UFC fighter?
Uh, I just got noticed by the people who know me before the UFC.
Oh.
Like, it's mostly people who are in the New Zealand regional scene, like deep in the King in the Ring and the Arsenal X and the Shuriken scene. So it's like it's the people I know anyway. So I'm just gonna say hi to them. So that wasn't a big deal.
Yeah, well, that's the sort of thing. Like my missus always thinks that when I go away to fight shows, like girls are all like, "Oh my god," and it's really just like the same sweaty-year-old 40-year-old guy that's like, "Hey man, I love your shit." And you're like, "Cool, thanks,
Yeah,
bro."
yeah, it's all blokes. After Contender series, my younger cousin was like, "Surely your DMs are just like full." I'm like, "Mate, my DMs are just blokes who put outrageous punts on me and just made thousands of dollars, and they're just like, 'You're the man. I just paid for my sister's wedding.' He's like, 'You're the man. I just paid for the deposit on my house.' So I was like, 'Oh, great, all right.'"
Yeah, but highs and lows, mate. Fucking.
Yeah.
Well, was it weird because you couldn't really celebrate? Because obviously you finally realize your dream. You get your signed contract after Contender Series, and some guys normally have at least a week or a day between knowing if they're gonna get on a card real quick. You probably couldn't even celebrate because they're like, "Yeah, man, you're fighting in 4 weeks."
Yeah, it was a very conservative celebration. I did have some family that came with me, my dad, my brother, two of my cousins, and some people from the gym, and we had a few extra days in Vegas, and we just kicked it, had a couple beers, laid by the pool, and then lost about $500 on the tables, and that was it. But I mean, I'm not a super big party guy anyway. Like the most fun I have is in the gym, training or just fighting. So I was happy just to ride the high of just winning.
Is that your twin brother? Because you guys look identical.
Pretty close. He's 25 months older than me, exactly 25 months.
Oh wow.
But yeah, he's the sport I'm in and the profession I have is afforded me this drastic aging, whereas he's in the opposite. He's in the health and fitness industry, so he's like the anti-aging. So my age is going like this, oh, more like this. Sorry, he's going like this. So we're just kind of like met in the middle for now.
Yeah, everyone thinks that like you're an MMA fighter, so they go, "Well, you must be really like fit and healthy," and it's like, no, your body's held together with like duct tape.
Yeah. Yeah, duct tape.
What was it like? Kind of, obviously your family seen you like grind over the years. I mean, you bloody moved countries to sort of chase your dreams. Was it really rewarding to be able to do that and have the moment you had in front of them?
Yeah, for sure. It was. I wouldn't have wanted it to play out any other way. Like having them there. They came the year before and watched me lose, just basically watched me drown in quicksand, which I'm sure was quite painful for them. But seeing their reaction from the fight made me happier than me actually winning the fight. Like seeing them all celebrate, I was like, fuck, yeah, that's way better than winning the fight.
Are you glad that it happened this way? Like, having the Terrell's Finney fight and it not going your way and then having to essentially wait an entire year to get back there?
I would have done it. Would have rather last year. Before I was 30, and then I could kind of just like, I don't know, jam another year of fighting. But look, it just happens the way it happens, and like you can't. Yeah, it's happened. So I'm just very happy that I've made it. I gotten this far, and I've got so much more opportunity now.
Trying to make it nice and poetic for you, and you're like, "No, it sucked. I would have liked last year." I mean, too, like as well. Like, I mean, the way you won, like, nah. I mean, I would imagine losing the way you did last year. Hey, the cat appears. Love it. You are a cat man. That has always confused me.
Yes.
Don't you have another cat too, don't you?
I do have another cat. She's somewhere. Old Cyclops.
Do you reckon that'll be your thing? Like, are you going to promote more sort of male cat owners in the UFC?
Yeah, I think, I'll be very pro cat for sure.
Mate, winning by knockout. I mean, like, did that performance go as beautiful as you thought?
Yeah, yeah, that's like there's no better way to get in on Contender Series than with a knockout finish. That's what they're after. That's why they have the Contender Series, so they can pick these guys who get these knockout wins. So perfect.
Is that too because the guy that beat you didn't end up getting in because he was like a super boring way of doing it? Did you have that in the back of your mind that it's not just win, that it's like you've got to put on a show?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, it's just one of those fights that you're going into where it's like I have to fight. Like I can't just hold this guy down, get onto his back or something, or just like pin him and mount for 15 minutes. I have to go in there and try and knock this guy out. All we need to just go in there and have an absolute slobber knocker. That's like super entertaining.
Yeah, where now your UFC debut, you can just hold him down for 15 minutes. It's fine.
Thank God, finally.
And mate, amazing, obviously post-fight interview. Then after, like, you got to dispel the rumors. Are these pre-written? Are they off the dome? Like, how are you shit talking so well?
No, I was very inspired last year by one man, Chael Sonnen. I watched a lot of Chael Sonnen, and then when WWE transitioned over to Netflix, I was watching a lot of that as well. So a lot of it is pre-prepared, but I'm prepared to shoot from the hip if I need to in the moment.
Do you practice it at all?
Not out loud. I'm not practicing it out loud.
Not like in the shower or nothing.
Oh, sometimes at the gym when like one of the younger guys really pisses me off, I'll just pin them down and just give the speech to them in their face.
And now, do you think the UFC was motivated by you and going like, oh man, this guy's a real star? Or do you think they hate you because they've given you a guy that has had almost as many UFC fights as you've had fights in your UFC debut? Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
This is a great thing. It's terrific. I don't have to waste any time fluffing about. It can just throw me into the mix straight away and just start cooking.
And is it good too? Because then there's a lot of tape on your guy. You sort of know exactly what he's going to bring.
Yeah. Like I knew the level of coaching and breaking down were at these level of fights with the coaches I have. Like they invest a lot more time in it. But I'm not usually the one. No, this is my first UFC fight, so a lot of this information doesn't get conveyed to me before the UFC, like and stuff. But for this fight, like the way the coaches have communicated to me the game plan and how much they've broken it down and all the stuff they've done and like in depth is incredible. Like I've watched his fights and they've picked up things that I just completely missed, and then they've communicated it to me, and it's been like, wow, okay, yep, this is why we're the best team.
Well, I mean, before we dive into more into the actual fight, on getting the fight, is it weird that if you never went on that little rant and you never called for the UFC Fight Night in Perth, you wouldn't be on this card?
Yeah, it would feel weird. I would I don't know. I think I would have ended up just being one of those kind of guys who just had their debut like half a year later or something. Yeah, ages away. So. I mean, I just did like after the finish, it was like, is anything hurt? Nah, I'm good. All right, I'm just gonna go call for my shot.
That's cool, man. It was yeah, look, it really was cool. What did you say? As well rounded as an Australian $2 coin, which I think is one of the greatest lines. Has that ever been said before, or did you hear it somewhere, or?
Well, I just pulled that one out. That was that's from the creative genius of my mind when it can't sleep.
Wow. As a man that talks more shit than anyone, I'm very sort of impressed by that one. So now, mate, Petroski, you've watched him. What do you think he brings?
Durability, very, very durable. Like some of these fights I've seen, I've watched him just like get his face absolutely minced by a jab and a lead hand, and it's like, fuck, like you really gotta. He looks the way he does for a reason, right? And he's very durable and just strong. Like I think he's got a college wrestling background. Wrestled his way through a lot of his earlier pre-UFC fights. So just like he's just willing to dog it out if he has to. Just eat the punches, get in there, and just dog you. So ready for that.
Do you think he can eat your punches?
I think he'll eat a few for sure, but it's not just the one punch. It's the shins, the feet, the knees, the elbows. not just the punches.
And how do you sort of see this fight going? Do you think it's going to go the distance, be a bit of a dog fight, or do you reckon we're going to see a round one performance by Cam Rowston again?
Well, it's the UFC. It's the toughest fighters now. This isn't regional fighters anymore. This isn't Contender Series fighters anymore. These are like the best guys who are going in there, and they're fighting for a lot of money. So I feel like it's going to be a really tough fight, and it's going to be hard. And I've prepared myself very well for 15 minutes, and I feel like it's going to have to go 15 minutes of just getting up, hitting him, getting taken back down, hitting him, doing a bit of stuff on the ground, get up, we're tired, hit him again, we're more tired, hit him while he's tired, bit of blood, bit of this.
Now, a Sydney boy fighting out of New Zealand, fighting in Perth. Which flag are you flying?
Come on, man. There's only one flag. There's only one flag I'm flying. Australian flag.
Mate, absolutely love it. Is there a bit of a prediction for the fight?
Oh, split decision.
You winning?
Yeah, me winning. We're both there like, fuck, did I win? Did I win? Yes, thank God. Yes.
Do you have, and final question, do you have the post-fight rant written down, ready to go?
I'd be lying if I said I didn't.
Oh, I love it, mate. Look, best of luck. Can't wait to see you. I think media day, I just got sent an email. I think you're on at like 6 a.m. or something. And weigh-in might be like 5 a.m.
Oh, absolutely terrific. That's when I do my best work. It's 6 a.m.
I love it, mate. Thank you for taking the time, and we'll see you in Perth.
No worries. Thanks, Mitch.